Alright guys, welcome back. MyInsanity versus Astragon, game 2, with MyInsanity taking the previous game by 101 points. Alright, let's see if they match evenly again like the last one, where they had exactly the same picks. So banning phase, MyInsanity banning the Case IH, and Astragon coming up with oh, okay, the Vulture is right, and then Lintner Lintrak for Virix, which is the one he prefers. So, right, game on, boys and girls. Alrighty, match starting. Let's see if they flip their tractor again. Jan flipped his tractor in the beginning of the last match. Taking it a little bit easier this time. Okay, everybody through the gate pretty well. A little bit of a slow start for the Astragon team. They seem to bunch up against the gate, whereas the guys from MyInsanity take a bit of a run up. Okay, so the Agco for MyInsanity and the Fent for MyInsanity. So, okay, Philip's going to take the New Holland, and okay, so they've got players in the field already, and the case for Astragon. Oh, Massey Ferguson, sorry. So, first bell, let's see if you guys can get through quicker this time. Are taking exceptionally long to get that first bell through. The guys are going under about 110. Okay, bailless streak for Astragon. Nice, 137. Well done, good bail. Much better than the last round, last two rounds. Okay, back to bailing. Alright, so harvesting wise, MyInsanity is at 10,000 liters, whereas Astragon was only at 5.5 at the same time. So 4,500 liter lead on that. And MyInsanity has got a bale on the field, but they haven't dropped their first bale. And they are taking exceptionally long to do that. You know, there are teams that are losing, you know, upward of 80 points just in getting this first bale in at the wrong time. The John Deere Lintner match, they both, they just kind of couldn't get it right, so eventually they abandoned it. Only 93 points for Astragon. So such a nice start, getting the baler streak, and then ending up actually hamstringing themselves because they haven't capitalized on that first bale. But having the baler streak is going to help. The issue is that everybody's running transport companies, so as long as you have your balers out at the right time, that shouldn't hurt too much. Okay, so right, offloading on the fly. Jan. Okay, so the MyInsanity team need to make sure that they are maximizing all the time they can in terms of bailing. So wherever they can have somebody on bailing because of the bailer streak, they can catch a little bit of an advantage there. All right, so let's see. Drop has spawned. Can't see what it is from this distance. Okay, haven't switched over anywhere I can see it. Okay, 3 bales each on the field. 8,000, 9,000 litre difference between the two teams. That is significant. MyInsanity is just obliterating them. Okay, so I can't see what the drops are. Normally they would cut to the drops so we can see them. Still 25 seconds left. MyInsanity has already picked up theirs. Can't see what okay, it's slow down, and they both taken slow down. Right, Bam Bam and Philip going at it again. Looking at still a 9,000 litre difference. Astragon has got one more bale on the field. Jan is going to drop grain. Let's see what this means. I'm not seeing the Astragon team ready to go. No, Astragon is not dropping grain. They're still picking up grain. And MyInsanity having a 9,000 litre lead on their grain and dropping grain now will put them in a position where they could get a significant multiplier. So as much as there has been a baler streak, the bales that they're putting through are just going to have so much more value. Okay, 2.1 multiplier, and he's left the area. He's going to go pick up the other vehicles. Astragon doesn't seem to be too worried about the grain drop that has been started by MyInsanity. Well, they're off now to go and drop their grain. There's no bales being dropped for that bale advantage or multiplier advantage. So the two teams are very much ignoring each other, if I could put it that way. There are movements being made, but they're not reacting to each other's strategies. Let's see what happens now when we start dropping grain. Okay, Bam Bam's in place. 1 minute left before the next drop. That could be a grain multiplier, and maybe the teams are waiting for that. Okay, so Astragon is getting their multiplier up. MyInsanity is only really starting to bale now. Only 4 bales on the field. And they didn't move the multiplier too much. They just brought it back to a 2.2. But I think they've realized that they are at a serious disadvantage in terms of grain. MyInsanity is 20,000 liters ahead. So if there's a grain multiplier in place, MyInsanity could shut them down completely. So let's have a look. 10 seconds to go for the drop. Two seconds, 1, and drop is spawned, but I cannot No grain's been dropped. Oh, well, there we go. Alright, grain being dropped. Multipliers. Okay, speed up and silo closed. Ooh, that's quite a long one. 111 seconds. So Astragon's going to want them to close their silo. Okay, Astragon and speed up. So which one are they taking? Alright, so silo closed for MyInsanity. So MyInsanity can now go and take advantage of that. And Astragon's only coming across now to pick it up. 16 seconds. Alright, so they are going to pick it up in time. So often this is just so close. Okay, so MyInsanity has a 2.3 multiplier in place, and their silo is closed for 99 seconds. So they need to put some bells in while they can, and as soon as this multiplier is back in their favor, or as soon as their silo is open again, they've got 25,000 liters of grain that they can drop. So it is very much MyInsanity's game to lose. So now bales on the field. MyInsanity 11 bales, and Astragon has only got 5. So MyInsanity is going to go and take advantage of getting those points on the board. Let's see if they can get all 3 bales up before the silos unlock and the guys start moving the multiplier the other way. They should comfortably make it. 4 seconds. And silos unlocked, but no movement. Okay, so nobody was sitting there waiting for the silo to unlock. Alright, so 2.3 multiplier, and all 3 bales seem to have gone in without an issue. So that was a little bit of drop on Astragon's part. They should have had somebody, ready to counter that multiplier. If MyInsanity drops, maybe 6 more bales with that multiplier, Astragon will be just in an irrecoverable position. Okay, MyInsanity dropping grain. And 3, 2, 1, and they just going to wipe out that multiplier. Look at that. They're going to shut down they're going to shut down that belt, or at least get a really good multiplier in place. 206 points. So Astragon has tried to recover and get more grain in place, but they are at a distinct disadvantage. I would say the multiplier will end at about a 2.1, but while they're playing catch up, MyInsanity is in the position where they can actually get bales into the bales onto the belt, get it ready, and get more bales produced. There are 5 bales ahead, and they're ahead on score. So Astragon has left us a little bit late. So let's see what happens at the super drop. So 20 seconds left for the super drop, and it looks like it's going to be up near the water at the back. Alright, so they are not dropping grain yet. 18,000 liters, so 1.8, 1.9, and they'll bring it back to a 2. Okay, so 2.1 in their favor. Nice. I didn't think they would make it. Okay, super drop is spawned. Bottom boost, 45 seconds. And okay, so MyInsanity got that. Well done. Race to the line. Alrighty, so 3 minutes 24 seconds left in the match. MyInsanity has got a bottom boost advantage. They can take that entire stack and push it straight into the bottom and get all those points. It would literally be that's a game killer. So they 6, 5, come on, 4, 3, 2, and they got all of those bales in, and they got a baling spree, and they got bale pressive. That is amazing. That was a really good play, and that hurt Astragon. There's no way they're coming back from having such a huge disadvantage. And there's the farming simulator blimp. Yeah, I missed the pig, and I missed the cow. But in any case, 841, and we still got 2 minutes 28 left in the match, and I see this being nearly nearly 1,000 point match. MyInsanity has played this really well, and they've kind of kept all the boxes ticked as best they could. Astragon, 2 minutes left. They're gonna get a good 500 or 600 point score here, having the 2.1 multiplier, but the bottom boost that MyInsanity is so effectively taken advantage of, it's pretty much sealed the deal for them. We've got 7 more bales coming in. Looks like 9 bales coming in. So there's 1 bale on the field somewhere that they haven't accounted for. And they've got a minute 38 to get them onto the belt. There's no chance they're not going to get all their bales in. Astragon 198 so far. Bales going up. They can do a fairly decent score here. But it is definitely MyInsanity going through to the finals. Next match coming up. I'm not sure which is the next match coming up. It doesn't actually give us those values. So we know Krona versus Power Team Esport, Voltra versus unnamed team, Pottinger versus LSA Esports, Bednar versus DJK, Lintner versus John Deere with Lintner going through, Horman versus Manito, Trelleborg versus Cortiva AgriScience, and MyInsanity versus Astragon with MyInsanity now going through. So 978, let's see, yep, 1,000 points game. Well done, MyInsanity. And just a little bit of injury, insult to injury. Well done, MyInsanity. Really, really good game there. Let's just look at the stats at the end here. Alright, so 15 bales low, 17 high, and 32 in total. So 11 bales advantage over Astragon. The amount of grain delivered, as much as they had a huge lead at one point, they delivered less grain. And they took the same drops, same power-ups. It was a really good match. MyInsanity was just the better team on the day.